welcome to my world. It is the end of the month, which only means one thing. DIY gaming box time. So, in case you don't know what happens is, just put that there. Every month I spin this roulette wheel here. Whatever number it lands on correlates with a games console that I own. Then for the next month I have to buy for that system with a budget of £25, trying to get a nice balance of quality and quantity. So when I spun the wheel last month, it landed on the Nintendo Wii, one of my favourite systems, hugely underrated, just because most people tend to associate it with shovelware, just because there was a huge library and there is a lot of shovelware for it, but the good stuff is there. So let's dig in and find out what is in the box. Right, so first up we have Spybogs. See if I can get that on camera there. Still messing with the lighting, I can't seem to get it right. Anyway, Spybogs. So this was on my want list and it's been on there for ages, so I had no idea what it is until I tested it out. And it's kind of like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance, so an X-Men Legends game, or SpongeBob SquarePants and Friends Unite. Basically, yeah, you play as a character, you can swap between two of them. There are 3 to pick between, I think. You can swap between 2 of them during a level. And yeah, it's kind of like a hack and slashy, action-y RPG thing. You got special moves and things like that. And yeah, it seems to be a load of fun so far. This one cost me, if I just have a look at my list here, a whole £2. This one in particular didn't come with the manual, but for £2, not really complaining. Very fun game. Very pleased with this little pickup. Very interesting. Just don't have my table with me still, so I'll just put that there. Right, next in the box we have a game that cost, got my list, a whole £1. This did come with the manual. Mini Ninjas. There we go. So this is a pretty fun sort of 3D action platformer that was the style at the time. PS2 era, going into the Wii. I think it came out on PS2, maybe even PS3 consoles, can't really remember. But yeah, fun. You play as a ninja and you do some training and have to go out in the world and find out what happened to the rest of your ninja friends and try and stop the world from being destroyed by some big evil. Yeah, a little bit clunky with the motion controls for attacking, but that was just playing through sort of the tutorial bit at the start. I could probably get used to it. It definitely seems fun, to the point where I probably will buy this on the PS3 if it's on there. I think it is. Might play a bit better with regular controls, but for the quid on the Wii, it's a really fun game. Graphics wise, it does kind of look more like a PS2 game, but it's also got a bit of a style to it as well that looks really nice, I think. Yeah, so fun game, very cheap. Can't really go wrong for a quid. I'm enjoying it so far. Okay, just put that there. Right, what else do we have in here? Dun 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 dun. Mushroom Men, the Spore Wars. Who can remember the Spore Wars, eh? Bad times. This one cost me £1.50. This has also been on my want list for ages. And I thought it was going to be a bit of a different game when I played it, but then I realised, oh, okay, this is probably why it was on the list. And again, an action-y platformer style game, 3D of course, where you play as a mushroom man. A meteorite fell to Earth, and for some reason it made all of the mushrooms come to life. And with all living creatures on this planet, when there are things like that, we end up dividing ourselves and going to war. So the mushrooms are at war, and you play a warring mushroom. Well, he doesn't really know anything because all of his people have been killed in his little tribe, so he's just wandering about trying to figure out what's going on. And it turns out that he can absorb the bits of the meteorite and gain power from them. So that's interesting. So you've got some meteorite powers where you can like grab older stuff with the Wii remote, kind of like telekinesis and things. You can battle. What's fun is that you explore the 3D areas in the levels, and you can find scavenge parts and things like elastic bands and a razor blade or something, and when you get the right pieces you can craft a new weapon. So that's pretty fun in terms of like a 3D action platformer. Not something we normally get. You can also do a nice big high jump and then holding the button to do a glide. Yeah, fun stuff. Motion controls in there as well, I think, but I think you can do all the action with just button presses, with the exception of using the Wiimote to use the little special powers. Yeah, I'm having fun with this. It's been on my want list for ages, and I don't know, I think it actually used to be more expensive than £1.50, which is why I never picked it up until now. But yeah, it's been on my want list for ages. I'm glad to buy it. Okay. I've got more in here, I guess. Christ, we do. So next up, let's see, this was £2.50. Ready to Rumble Revolution. I was a massive fan of the Ready to Rumble boxing round 1 and round 2 games on the PS1. I know they were on other systems, but PS1 is what I grew up with. Just a blast, you know, arcadey style boxing, rather more realistic. These big outlandish characters, you know, when you land hits you build up a rumble meter and then you can activate it and do big special punches and things. Very, very fun. Yeah, so I thought I'll pick this up and see what it's like. Yeah, I was expecting motion controls, and that is what you get. But it is before the Motion Control Plus or whatever, which added a bit more accuracy, and it's a bit hit and miss, quite literally. But I was able to get through the tutorial and then win my first fight, and it is pretty fun still. It would have been nice if there's an option without motion controls. Yeah, or if at least it came out a bit later in the life and had Motion Plus and was a little bit better. But it's still fun for what you get. Again, £2.50. Again, you can't go wrong for that kind of price. It's still a fun game. I enjoy it. Although odds are I'll probably go back to Wii Sports Boxing more often than not, or Punch Out for the Wii. Yeah, but still a fun boxing game. Certainly far from the worst boxing game on the system. Trust me, there were some awful ones. Okay, put that there. Right, anything else in here? Yes, we do. This one, ooh, the most expensive so far. £3, my God. And it is Wicked Monsters Blast. A game that I'd never heard of until last year sometime, I think, when I added it to my want list. But again, when I went to buy it, I looked at my want list, like, okay, that's on there, it's cheap. Had no idea what it was. My God, it is a super fun light gun style shooter, obviously using motion controls. Single player, multiplayer up to 4 players, I believe. Yep, up to 4 players. And it's just an absolute blast. It's kind of like, you know, a light gun shootery game mixed with WarioWare style stuff. Like, yeah, you got crazy things to do. Not everything's just a basic shooter game either. You don't just, there's one where you do a quiz and you have to get things right and that. You know, there's stuff where you have to do specific actions and things, shoot specific things. Maybe it's like the point blank games. I think those are probably more like this. Unfortunately, I never got to play the point blank games as a kid, and well, if I get them today, I can't play them because I don't have a CRT. But yeah, Wicked Monsters Blast. This is a blast. I had a ton of fun playing through this just for recording footage. You know, light gun shooters, we need more of them these days. You know, we've got the new technologies that can do things with the HD TVs or just VR or whatever. Yeah, so the Wii was so good for things like that with the Wiimote, and this is a fantastic and probably an underrated one because I never see anyone talk about it. Never see it get mentioned with, you know, the likes of House of the Dead and things like that. So yeah, definitely go for it. Right, Christ, 5 games, right? 5 games, and we've got £15 left. Mental. And probably the worst game of the bunch so far, Ready to Rumble. And honestly, it's still fun. So you can see why I love the Wii. So many good games for cheap prices. But now, let's see what we spend £15 on. A whole 1 game. I'm going to put the box down now. And that is No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle. Yeah. So while I do own them 1 and 2 digitally on the Switch now, they came out there, and did they come out? I don't think they came out. Did they come out on other consoles? They might have done. Anyway, yeah, you could get physical versions from like limited run, but I thought, nah, I'm fine. But I do want the original already on the Wii, and I thought, you know, I'm going to buy the sequel before it goes up in price. £15 at the moment, probably will eventually go up, it's what they do. And yeah, you play an assassin, and you go around murdering people with a lightsaber style weapon, and you do lots of crazy actions and things, although I don't know what it was, I could not get the blade to charge up when playing it just to record footage. I was just doing terribly. I couldn't do damage to the opponent, and it just kept saying that, you know, the charge was down, but I couldn't charge it up. Normally you charge it up by performing a certain action. Didn't work. So yeah, I don't know. But No More Heroes 1 and 2, very fun games. Of course, you can get them now on modern systems. The Switch, at the very least, I know that. I've got them digitally on there. Very fun. Maybe not for everybody, I'll say that. Watch some videos on it first if you're unsure, if you've not played them before. But yeah, if you are into them and you're like Suda51 or whatever his name is, weird games but very fun and an absolute blast to play. And of course, yep, completing box, all of them came like that except for Spybogs. So yeah, that is my Wii pickups. And just look at this, 6 games. 6 games, bang on £25, and one of them was 15, which means I got 5 games for a tenner. And I still couldn't believe it when I was looking up games. I'll admit I got all of these from Sex, just because it was a lot cheaper, and I thought, okay, if none of them come with manuals or whatever, I can just send them back, whatever. Nice and easy at least. Only one came without a manual. It's like, it's £2, I'm not that bothered. I didn't do it. It's fine. So I was looking through, and the amount of quality games for the Nintendo Wii that are £2 or less still is just astonishing. So if you want to collect for the Wii, go for it, because there are still so many incredible games dirt cheap. Yeah, you'll be paying sort of like usually up to about £20 for some of the bigger titles like your Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and Mario Kart Wii, Smash Brothers, and a couple of others, and especially once you start getting into the handful of rare RPGs on the system. There aren't many, but the ones that are, they're up in price. Everything else, dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. It really is crazy, so I would highly recommend buying some Wii stuff. Some amazing titles on there. So I am extraordinarily happy with my 6 games this month. I had an absolute blast testing them all out to play, and yeah, I think I'm probably going to play Mushroom Wars and more Wicked Monsters Blast at some point in the upcoming month, just because very fun, very fun. So all we have to do now is spin the wheel, and unfortunately I still don't have the use of my table. It's right here, but it's full of other stuff that I need to finish off. I'm waiting for something to come in the post so I can finish off the little project I'm doing. Until then, the table is being used, so I'm going to have to just move over here, get the wheel, just place it there. Get the camera off. Don't have to twist the camera around anymore. I'm using my old tripod for this. So I'm using my newer ones for the light that I've got. Right, let's just turn this around. Move this over here. Right, and let's just give the wheel a spin, and we'll see what it comes up with. Come on. Oh my god. It's done it. It has landed on 0, which is Bigcal's choice. Oh yes. The first time, I've been doing this 2 years and 2 months now, and this is the first time it has ever landed on Bigcal's choice. So what is Bigcal's choice? Well, the clue's in the name. It's my choice. I decide. So, for the month of March 2022, I'm going to be collecting for... Not going to tell you, you'll have to wait and see next month's video. I'm bigcal, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my Nintendo Wii games. Let me know what system you think I'll be buying for in the month of March, and I'll see you again next time.